Previously on Sailing Bohemia, we had a fast downwind sail into Punta Chivato. We explored the area, stumbling upon whale bones and volcanic glass. And our friend Frederick caught an enormous rooster fish, which kept the little flotilla fed for over a week. You've probably heard the old saying that when two sailboats are headed in the same direction, it's a race. Well, today we had 4. Dogfish, a Kelly Peterson 44, Mazu, an Outbound 46, Makani, a Jeanneau 39, and Little Bohemia, a Beneteau 36.
That's not bad. Literally 1 minute with the engine on and we are on our way.
We're going! Don't know where yet, but we're going.
And that is our friend Makani, who is going to be looking at our stern for the entire journey, we hope.
It's always a race between us two. There's a little bit of a healthy competition going on. So we're doing our best to trim the sails as we go. She is lovely, but he is a Frenchman, and so we are guaranteed to get feedback on the radio if we don't trim our sails properly or if we don't follow the most optimum course.
Well, that's not going according to plan. We are last. And the anchorage is just over there. There's Makani. Makani. This is Bohemia.
Hey Bohemia, what's up?
Just want to say, you've got a lovely stern.
Thank you very much. I really take care of it.
Just what we like to look at.
Well, I'm glad you guys enjoy.
Please slow down.
I don't even know how to do that. Yeah, I'll put a couple lines in the water.
In our defense, he's bigger. He's Jeanneau 39. Negligible difference, but still. Come on, Tom.
We need our excuses, right? Well,
the blaming finger is pointing.
you better take this camera so I can trim something then. There was some disagreement among Bohemia's crew as to how best to get ahead of the pack.
The trick to racing is you need to be watching what they are doing. So if they are about to jibe or tack, that's when we jibe and tack. And then, if it doesn't work out, we can blame them. You know, you tacked, we tacked.
Just tell me when they start their engine, that's what I'm interested in.
Exactly. It was your bad strategy, not ours. Well, I go down below and make lunch. At least I have a plausible deniability. Starving.
Finally, we're sailing! We got 20 knots apparent, we're heeled right over, and we're doing 7.5 knots through the water. This is amazing. Just someone snapped their fingers up there and it all started. I'm just watching out for Makani ahead of us because I don't want to hit them. They're a little slower than us sometimes, you know.
Well, racing is overrated. Decided to do lovely quesadillas instead. I'm in camp conditions and look at this now.
Bohemia's galley always picks the right moment when it's not shipping lanes that we're crossing. It's blowing a gale, but it looks lovely. I'm still taking them.
Look at this now. So we are healing quite a lot. And you know what he said to me? If I can set up here to distribute the weight, we need more weight on this side of the boat. How rude, huh? At least I'm being useful. Okay, we have no choice than to deploy the secret weapon, the spinnaker. We are a light boat, and they all are bigger boats and heavier boats, and the wind is dropping. So this is our last chance that our spinnaker is gonna shoot us forward.
Honestly, sailing never used to be this hard until we had friends around. We used to just set the sails, sit back with a cup of tea and have the autopilot on. I kind of miss those days already. Looking good. It's just what we needed, the secret weapon. Well, we're coming in last, really, of the pack that set off more or less at the same time. They left maybe half an hour before us, some of them. They're bigger boats, so I'm getting in all my excuses right now. Most of those boats have got at least 6 feet of waterline on us, one of them 10 feet. But what is important is that we've beat our friends Indy back there. This is a slightly heavier boat than ours, so we have the advantage over them, but nobody else. It's mainly down to the length. That's the main factor here, the length of the boat to the waterline. So longer boats are faster, and so we have a few excuses up our sleeve, which is important when you come in last. Our little flotilla had reached Punta Chivato, a wide headland giving modest southerly shelter on the north side of the point. Our guidebook was very complimentary about the small village and its resort hotel, complete with ice-cold margaritas and views of the bay, so we set out on a little hike to check it out.
It's a bit funny, we're going ashore because it's quite rolly, so we want to get out of the boat. And about 2 miles away there's supposed to be a hotel which serves really nice margaritas and food. But remembering that we need to take money, I think this is the first time in like 3 or 4 months that we're going for a hike and need to have money. Yeah, definitely need to have those. Imagine we walk there for 2 miles and then like, oh my god, we can't have anything because we don't have any money. So fingers crossed they are as good as they say.
And hopefully they're open, huh?
Yeah.
Spurred on by the icy margaritas that would be waiting for us, the 2-mile trek into town felt like nothing.
It says cold beer, must be true.
Yes. No.
Is it a mirage? Did you touch this thing? Yeah. Wow. Served by a small desert airstrip, the town was apparently popular with private aviators who had built their holiday homes along the nearby beach. Unfortunately, happy hour was well and truly over by the time we arrived, with the pretty resort in ruins and not a cold margarita in sight. We had to hold Peter back from diving into the empty swimming pool when he learned the news. We weren't sure if it was storm damage or business pressures behind the closure, but the complex was sad to behold. Luckily, we stumbled upon what was now the only restaurant in town, who were surprised as we were to welcome a party of 5 for lunch. Beer was in short supply in Baja California, as the small brewery serving the region from La Paz was closed.
Hey, cheers.
They come with the lime.
Oh, I don't care.
The lime is on its way.
Cheers, Marga.
Yes.
Chiller. First beer in like months.
It was great to stumble upon this small family-run restaurant and enjoy our first meal out since La Paz. When the restaurant offered to sell us their stock of large Ballena bottles and give us a ride back to the beach with them, we leapt at the chance. The two-wheel drive couldn't get all the way down the track, so we worked up a thirst carrying the heavy cargo before returning to the boats to test the merchandise.
Well, that should get us going for some time. So glad to have some beers again. Yay! Even though I feel a bit peaky this morning. Yesterday when we got the beers from the restaurant, we went on to Bohemia with our friends, and obviously that has led to a tasting session into early hours. So this morning is a bit difficult, especially when I need to be looking at that. Oh, I want to drink that again. Not until this afternoon.
We stayed a few days in Punta Chivato waiting on a weather window to go north. So the captain finally ran out of excuses and got busy with his overdue maintenance. It's hard doing this in a swell. Super delicate, tiny little bits of wire that I have to solder. Our radio has been broken for a couple of weeks, so I've just taken this apart and there's a couple of little wires, tiny little wires that are broken inside this plug. So I'm gonna have to do a quick repair, which isn't easy in this swell, but hopefully should breathe some new life into it soon. Join us next time on Sailing Bohemia, where we sail to nearby town Santa Rosalia, getting rudely overtaken on the way. We explore the historic mining town and prepare Bohemia for the next month of remote cruising. And we make the big jump north with an energetic 15-hour sail to San Francisquito, the gateway to the next cruising ground. Special thanks in this episode go to our newest patrons for their kind contributions to Bohemia's booze budget. Thank you to Corey from Los Angeles, who hosted us for a karaoke session on his boat in Marina del Rey. Corey, we hope your ears have recovered. Thank you to David from Texas, who enjoys sailing on the lakes and on Galveston Bay. And thank you to Hilton. Hilton, I'm sorry we don't know where you're from, but thank you so much, and thanks to you all. If you enjoyed this episode, then please don't forget to tell YouTube all about it by liking the video, leaving a comment, and subscribing to the channel. See you next time!